Hello, everyone, and welcome to our New Year's Day stretch. Today's practice is going to be very nice and slow. It's quite restorative. I'm going to be incorporating a lot of my restorative yoga teacher training in this practice. So the idea is that we're just gently easing ourselves into the new year. If you went out and celebrated hard the night before, last night, then do not worry. This is not going to be a particularly strenuous practice for you. So no matter how you're feeling this morning, hopefully this should be a nice practice to start your year. So we're going to begin today's practice in a restorative version of Shavasana, which is normally our final resting pose. We're going to lay down onto your mat, and I advise you to have 2 cushions for today's practice. If you don't already have them near you, I'll give you a moment to go and find some cushions. If you don't have cushions, a pillow is fine. If you have a yoga bolster, great, you can use your yoga bolster. And also if you have yoga blocks, then you could use those to instead of cushions as well. But something that's quite nice and soft and will be comfortable for you to lie on would be nice. So cushions or pillow is perfect. Now, depending on the size of the cushions, maybe you want to use 1 cushion or 2 cushions. We're going to sit up onto the cushions here so that we are slightly raised off the mat. Then we're going to straighten the legs in front of us. And then we're going to start to lower the top half of the body down to the mat. So now we have the hips raised and the top half of the body, the feet relaxed on the mat. You can allow the legs to drop open, so the hips are slightly opened here. We're going to take one hand towards the belly and one hand towards the chest. Closing down the eyes here. And starting to come into your breathing. So just starting to take notes of your breath, noticing how fast or slow you are breathing today. And starting to deepen in that breath. Drawing a deep inhale through the nose for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And continuing with that rhythm. Silently counting in your head. Noticing on the inhale how the chest rises, the belly rises. And on the exhale, how the belly falls, the chest falls. And appreciating the wave of breath in the body. Then starting to peel the arms away from the body. Continue to focus on the breath here. Becoming aware of your points of contact with the mat, the floor beneath you, the backs of the shoulders, the back of the head, the arms, the feet resting on the mat. Those hips are lifted. Enjoying the calm that comes with this pose. Any feelings, any emotions that may be stirred up in this pose, that's okay. But keep your main focus on the breath. From here, keeping your eyes closed, the body relaxed. Slowly, we're going to start to remove those cushions from underneath us. Moving them out towards the side, bring the hips down towards the mat. Bring the knees in towards the chest for a moment here and hug the knees in and give a nice rock from side to side, massaging the spine. Start to make some circles with the knees and the hips, massaging the buttocks. Blinking the eyes slowly open, looking up towards the ceiling. And then start to rock back and forwards. Each time rocking a little deeper. So you start to bring the head up off the mat. And then using this motion, we're going to rock all the way up to seated. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to drop out towards the side. Bring the hands towards the feet, clasp the feet, and start to bounce out the knees gently, coming into our bound angle pose. Starting to feel the opening up here through the hips, thighs. Lovely. Then keeping the right foot in towards the hips here, we're going to start to straighten that left leg out. We're going to take a nice deep inhale and sweep the arms up to the sky, reaching and lifting up through the rib cage and core area. Then we're going to drop the right arm down towards the side of the body and lean that left arm over. So we're coming here into a side body stretch. You can feel the stretch all the way along the left side body through to the fingertips, but also we're stretching down that left leg at the same time. So we're creating this complete side body stretch. Inhale, let's bring the arms back up to the sky, come back to center. And then this time, as we exhale, we're going to twist the body towards that right knee. We're going to drop the left hand down towards the right knee and take the right arm all the way back behind us, coming into a seated spinal twist. Here we're looking back over the right shoulder. We're rooting the left ankle in towards the floor to give us that leverage here so that you can push into the ankle and maybe twist a little deeper with the spine. Continue to breathe here. Then rotate back to center. We're now going to straighten that right leg out. We're going to bring the left foot in towards the hips, bending that left knee. And this time, inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to drop that left hand down towards the side and lean the right arm over, coming into the right side body stretch. Feeling the stretch all the way from the hips to the fingertips through the right leg. On your next inhale, come back up to center. Take both arms back up to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to twist the body towards the left knee. Take the right hand over that left knee. The left arm goes all the way back behind us. Our seated spinal twist. The spine should still be taut. Rooting the right foot into the floor to give us that leverage. Continue to breathe. Maybe on each exhale, you notice you can twist a little bit deeper. And then rotate, come back to center. Now we're going to stretch both of the legs out. So we open up into this wide leg position. We're going to start to shift the buttocks behind us just to give us a little bit more room for maneuver here in this wide leg fold. And we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Then we're going to start to angle the body towards the right foot. Looking towards that right foot, as we exhale, we're going to start to fold the body forward and down towards the right knee. Maybe as you come forward, you notice that that stretch is already really starting to work here. Maybe you're quite high and you can already feel that stretch. If you need a little bit more room, we're going to put a slight bend in that right knee and then start to lower ourselves down a little bit deeper. The arms can just hang towards the floor. Continue to breathe here. The head, the neck are relaxed. You can just allow them to drop. Really feeling that stretch all the way along the back of the right leg. Then we're going to walk the hands up. Come back to seated. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. This time as we exhale, we angle towards the left leg. And slowly we start to fold down. If you need to put the bend in the knee, allow yourself to bend it to come deeper. Allow the arms, the hands to just hang towards the floor. The neck and the head can relax. Then we slowly start to walk the hands all the way back up. We come back to center. This time, as we inhale, sweeping the arms up to the sky. On the exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips and start to bring the body forward and down to this empty space between the legs. Again, allow the arms to hang on the mat and then slowly start to ease the chest down towards the floor. Feeling the stretch all the way along the back of both legs now. Once you reach the point where you can't go any deeper, you allow the head and the neck to relax. Drop it down. Then we use the hands to walk ourselves all the way back up. We put a slight bend in the knees and we're just going to start to bounce those legs out one at a time. Release the tension here. Nice. Bring the knees in towards the chest and we're going to move ourselves up into tabletop now. Taking the knees directly below the hips, the hands with a nice wide grip come directly below the shoulders. And we're going to start to warm up the spine with our cat-cows. So as we inhale, we push the belly down towards the floor, look up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we round up the spine, we drop the head between the shoulders, we look in towards the belly. Inhale, belly drops, look up to the sky. Exhale, rounding. Moving with your own breath at the pace that feels right for you. And adding any movement that feels nice. Maybe you want to start to take the hips a little from side to side. Start to roll the shoulders, tilting back and forth. On your next exhale, come back to a flat back. And we're going to start to walk the hands out towards the very edges of the mat. Keeping the hips high above the knees, melt the chest down towards the floor, come to your puppy pose. You can either drop the head down onto the mat, onto the forehead, or if you want the deeper stretch, come up onto the chin, look straight ahead. Continue to breathe here. This is a really nice opening up for the front of those shoulders, through the chest. From here, we're going to slide the body forward, come down onto the belly, straightening out those legs behind us in a nice straight line. We're going to stack the elbows beneath the shoulders, place the palms facing down towards the floor, look straight ahead, lock the elbows, lock the shoulders, coming into Sphinx pose. Here we feel the lower part of the spine working, that lower spine bending. Continue to breathe. From here, we're going to take the hands towards the very edges of the mat and then slowly start to straighten out the arms, pushing the body up into seal pose, just going a little deeper into this back bend. Come to your own level, wherever it feels comfortable for you. If you can't get the arms completely straight, that's fine. If you can lock those elbows, it will help to bend the spine. Continue to breathe. The chest is open, the heart is open here. So what you don't want to be doing is hunching or rounding those shoulders. You really want to drop the shoulders down, open the chest, look up to the sky. It helps with that opening. From here, we're going to slide all the way back down, bring the chest all the way towards the mat. Make a pillow with the hands for a moment here and just drop the head towards the floor. Relax here. Just give the back a little break. For the next pose, we're going to be coming in to another back bend, but this time engaging the core. So as we start to peel the chest up, we're going to engage the core as we lift, not using the hands on the mat this time. So facing down towards the mat, inhale and start to rise the chest up. using those core muscles to lift the chest. Once you're here, we can start to lift the feet up off the mat behind us, coming here into locust pose, engaging the core to keep both the arms and the legs lifted. Continue to breathe. And then release the legs, release the chest, come all the way back down, make that pillow with the hands, drop the head, relax. From here, we're going to place the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Pushing through the hands and the knees, we're going to bring ourselves all the way back up to tabletop position. So just adjust so that the knees once more are below the hips, the hands are below the shoulders. Find that flat back. From here, as we inhale, we're going to sweep the right hand all the way up towards the sky, opening the chest out towards the right side, looking straight towards the right hand in the sky. Then on the exhale, we're going to bring the arm down. We're going to thread the arm underneath the left arm, coming all the way down onto the shoulder. So we're dropping the weight here onto that right shoulder. The knees are still bent, the hips are still above the knees. From here, we can take the left arm and wrap it around the back of the body to help open through the chest here. But we're feeling the stretch through that right shoulder. Continue to breathe. Then we release that left arm. We bring the hand to the side of the head and we use the hand on the mat to push ourselves all the way back up, come back to tabletop. Beautiful. On your next inhale, this time we're going to sweep the left arm up to the sky. We open the chest out towards the left side, look straight towards the left hand in the sky. Then as we exhale, we're going to bring that left arm down, thread it underneath the right arm, come down onto the shoulder. This time we can take the right arm around the back. Maybe you can get the hand towards the top of the left thigh. Just use the hand to hook in there a little bit. It helps to open the chest. Feeling the stretch this time through the outside of that left shoulder. And then when you're ready, we release the right arm. You place the right hand at the side of the head and use it to push the body back up. Come back to tabletop. From here, we're going to spread the hands really nice and wide underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes at the back, and for a moment, we're going to push up into downward dog. Our first downward dog today, so let's start to pedal out those legs, easing into this pose. Breathing, driving the hips high, pushing the chest down towards the thighs. And then from here, we drop back down to tabletop. We're going to place the right hand into the center of the mat here. So it's into the middle of the body, not underneath the shoulders. We're going to bring the right knee into the center of the mat. And then we're slowly going to start to kick that left leg back behind us, opening here up into a side plank, a supported side plank. So the right knee at the bottom is supporting that side plank. You can kick the right foot a little bit further back behind you. That will help to give a little bit more leverage, a little bit more balance here. And then from here, we're going to start to lift that left leg up. Feeling the outside of the hip and the glutes working here to lift the leg. We drop the foot back down. Lift the foot back up. And down. One more time, up and down. Beautiful. Then drop the left hand back down, come back to your tabletop position. Rearrange yourself here. Take a nice deep inhale, exhale through the mouth with some sound. And then let's move into the opposite side. Bring the left hand to the center of the mat. Bring the left knee to the center of the mat. Kick the right leg back behind us in a straight line. Start to peel that right hand up towards the sky. Come to your supported side plank. Let's kick the left foot behind us to give us a little bit more leverage here, a little bit more balance. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, start to lift the foot up. Exhale, drop the foot back down. Inhale, lift the foot up. Exhale, drop back down. Inhale, lift the foot up. Exhale, back down. Let's bring the right hand back down towards the mat. Come back to your tabletop. Rearrange the position here. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth with sound. Then tuck the toes behind us. Push through the hands, push the hips high. Come back to downward dog. Breathing deeply in downward dog, pushing the chest towards the thighs. Beautiful. Then drop the knees back down towards the mat. We're going to untuck the toes and take each knee one at a time so that they're towards the very edges of the mat. The toes are pointed in towards one another. We're going to push the buttocks back onto the heels and come here into a wide leg child's pose, dropping the head and the chest down towards the floor. Breathe deeply. From here, we're going to start to walk the hands over towards the left side. Then drop the head and the chest down towards the floor once again, feeling the stretch down the right side body. Come back through center, walk the hands this time over towards the right side. Drop the head and the chest down towards the floor, feel the stretch in the left side body. And come back to center, come back to your traditional child's pose here. Drop the head and the chest back down towards the floor. Then use the hands, we start to walk the body up, sitting up onto those heels. We're going to bring the knees back in towards the mat, the center, so that they're in line with the hips. And slowly we're going to rise up onto those knees, walking out a little bit so that you have mat space in front of you and some mat space behind you. We're going to start to open the front side of the body here now. Breathing deeply. Take the left hand towards the left ankle or the heel. Continue to look forward here. And inhale, sweep the right arm up to the sky. Push the hips forward, allow the head to drop back, coming into a half camel pose. So here you feel the chest, the neck, the throat area opening. And then bring that right hand back down. We rise back up. This time we're going to take the right hand towards the right heel. Inhale, sweep that left arm up to the sky. Push the hips forward, drop the head back, opening through the chest, the throat. Drop the left hand back down. Let's come back to a child's pose for a moment here. Drop the head back towards the mat. Just allow a little break. One more time. Let's rise back up onto those knees. Moving towards the left side. Left hand drops down to the left heel. Inhale, right arm comes up to the sky. Drop the head back, push the hips forward. Release the right arm back down. Take the right hand towards the right heel. Inhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky, push the hips forward, drop the head back. And release the left hand back down, come back to child's pose once more. Allow the head and the neck to relax. And then slowly rise back up, sitting up onto those heels. So you're going to need the cushions that we had at the start of the class again for this next pose. Now, depending on how open the thighs and the quads may be, you may need one or two cushions. We're going to open the knees quite wide and then place the cushions in between the legs so that you can sit down on to the cushions here, and you can start to feel a stretch in the front of the thighs. The calves, sorry, are down towards the floor. The feet are relaxed on the mat. So maybe this already feels quite intense for you on the thighs or the knees. If so, you can stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to start to walk the hands behind the body, facing the hands in towards the body. So we're using them almost as a support, just a bridge support here. Look straight ahead. Notice how the thighs are feeling. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Maybe you want to come down towards the forearms. Continue to look straight ahead. Notice how those thighs are feeling. Find your own level here. You can drop the head and the neck back to open through the throat. Breathe deeply. When you're ready to release, we raise the head back up. We use the hands, the elbows on the floor to start to push the body back up. We bring the hands in front of us. We're going to come towards a tabletop position, but then start to kick each leg one at a time out. Release that tension in the legs. Beautiful. Now, keeping those cushions where they are, come down to seated just gently in front of the cushions, a little bit in front, sorry. So here the knees can be bent, or you can open the legs up into a sort of reclined butterfly pose, whichever feels right for you. And slowly we're going to start to lean back onto those cushions, coming all the way and dropping the head down towards the floor. So you should be coming onto the crown of the head here. This really helps to open through the throat and the chest, as we have been doing through the practice. We're going to take the arms out towards the side, allow the shoulders to melt down around the cushions underneath you. This is a really nice chest heart opening pose. It's a restorative fish pose. So like we do in a lot of our vinyasa practice, this one is a little bit more relaxed because we have the cushions underneath us. We're not having to support our own weight. So here you can just breathe, relax. Maybe your knees are bent. If you have bent knees, maybe you want to try coming into that kind of reclined butterfly pose. So pushing the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to drop open. Continue to breathe deeply. We're going to stay here for a few moments, allow the heart to fully open. And then when you're ready, we're going to use the hands, use the elbows to push the body back up. Come all the way back up to seated. We're going to remove the cushions, push them out towards the side. Knees are still bent here, and we're going to start to lower ourselves back down towards the floor. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment here. Just give a little rock from side to side. Release any tension in the back from that pose. Then drop the feet back down towards the mat. Hugging the right knee into the chest, we're going to grab hold of the right ankle and place the right foot onto that left knee. So we're coming here into almost a figure of four position. We're going to thread the right hand through the hole. So it's coming in between the thigh, the left thigh and the right thigh. We're going to grab hold of that left knee from behind the shin, interlace the fingers and start to pull the knee in towards the chest. So here we're coming into reclined pigeon pose. You should feel the opening up through the right hip. To deepen in this pose, you pull the left knee closer to the chest. If it starts to feel a little pinchy or a little painful, then drop the knee back a little bit further, coming to the level that feels right for you. The head and the neck are relaxed on the mat. You can close down the eyes if you want to, really enjoy this pose. Then slowly, we release the hands, we drop that left foot back down towards the mat, and we release the right leg. This time we hug the left knee into the chest, we grab hold of the left ankle, and we place the left foot onto the right knee. We're going to thread the left hand through the hole, interlace the hands behind the right knee, and start to bring the right knee in towards the chest. This time feeling the stretch through the left hip. To intensify the stretch, you bring the right knee a little closer towards the chest, or to release the stretch, you come back a little further. Find the level. And slowly we're going to release the hands, release the right foot back down, and release the left leg. Hug both knees back in towards the chest for a moment here. Give a nice little rock from side to side. Using the hands on the knees, let's separate the knees out to the side, bring the arms to the inside of the legs, grab hold of the feet, come to bent leg happy baby. Continue to rock from side to side on the spine. Bring down on the soles of the feet to bring the knees and the thighs towards the floor. Just noticing in this pose how the hips are feeling after those reclined pigeon poses. They should feel a lot more open. Then from here, bring the soles of the feet together and drop them down towards the floor. Come to your reclined butterfly pose. Drop the knees open, allow the hips to open up. Give a little rock from side to side. This little rock can often help those hips drop open a little bit more. Then bring the knees back together, hug the knees back into the chest. We're just going to rock up for a moment, find your cushions. And now we're going to bring the cushions underneath the knees. Allow the knees to be slightly raised and slowly lower back down towards the floor as we come towards our final resting pose, Shavasana. So this is another restorative form of Shavasana. This time we have the knees raised rather than the hips. It just allows those legs to be a little bit softer than they otherwise would be. Gets a little bit of blood rushing towards the head as well. Make any necessary adjustments that you need to allow the body to completely relax here. We're going to take the arms out towards the side of the body, palms face up towards the sky. If they're not already, closing down the eyes. Come back to your breath here. Drawing in an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Follow that rhythm. Stay with that pace of breath. With each exhale, noticing how the entire body melts towards the mat beneath you. Those knees sink a little deeper in towards the cushions. Enjoying this moment of complete relaxation. If at any point you feel yourself becoming distracted, your mind starting to wander off to other things, don't worry. That happens to all of us in Shavasana. We're just going to take note of those distractions and guide ourselves back. Come back to this moment. Come back to your breath. Allowing yourself this well-deserved break from all of those other things. Stay present in this moment. Now, as we continue to enjoy this moment of calm, slowly we're going to start to add a little bit of movement back into the body. Just gently wriggling the fingers and toes, reawakening the muscles, progressing to stretch the arms up overhead so you're waking up in the morning. Bring the knees back in towards the chest. Give a little rock from side to side. And in your own time, whenever you feel ready, you can make your way up into a cross-legged seated position. We're going to bring the hands into prayer at heart center, using this space to be thankful to our minds and our bodies for today's practice. using the energy that we have created here to go about the rest of the day with that renewed sense of purpose. I want to wish all of you a very happy new year. I hope that 2021 will be a good year for you. Thank you so much for starting the year with me. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Bye.